Okay, so wasting no time, we do not want to keep the folks waiting. This is a moment I'm sure many of you have been waiting for. KLM and The Little Mermaid. Over to you, KLM.
Thank you, Azuma. Hello, everybody. I am KLM1187. You might remember me from previous Game Over Cancer runs, such as The Little Mermaid, Any Percent Race, The Little Mermaid, Any Percent 3 Loops, The Little Mermaid, Any Percent while dressed as the Little Mermaid herself. This one's going to be the best one of them all. It's just classic Any Percent Little Mermaid. So, with that being said, waste for no further time, and we'll get started. We're gonna go here in 3, 2, 1, go. Hope you guys are enjoying the marathon. What are some of your favorite runs that you've seen so far? I'd like to hear. And why is it going to be this one? No, I'm just kidding. Little Mermaid is a... I almost said platformer, but there's no real platforming since you're swimming the whole time. It's purely underwater levels. You know, everyone's favorite in video games. Everyone loves the underwater levels. And this one has all of them. Every single level is underwater. So, here we got our first boss already. This is the only boss, as far as I know anyways. It's been a while since I've seen if there's any new strats, but this is the only boss that you can actually manipulate the RNG. You just don't move, don't push anything until the fight initiates, and then you get the same pattern every time. And just like that, he's gone. Goof Troop run? Yeah, that was a good one. Hey, Troops. I caught the Bucky O'Hare run. I thought that one was really good, but I'm partial to that game as well. So here's the second stage here. So a lot of the movement in this game, aerial moves the fastest when you're moving either straight, left, or right, and up and down. So basically you're trying to position yourself to, you know, move diagonally as little as possible. Also setting yourself up on screen transitions, so that way, see, all I have to do is just go straight. This boss coming up, though, is one of the hardest, if not the hardest in the game. The eels, I forget their names. It's like Flowsome and Jetsome or something like that. Anyways, so there's a lot of RNG in this fight. There's crabs that fall from the ceiling. It's dependent on how long they take to come out before you can bubble them. The eels are going to spawn randomly as well. So this fight is kind of just a nightmare. Except we're having a pretty good fight here. That was actually really good. I'll take that. Alright, on to the next stage. The Sea of Ice. So the stages themselves are pretty routine. There's not much to really say about them. Just, you know, just making sure you're taking the correct line. Avoiding enemies when you have to. The real meat and potatoes of this run, if you will, whoops, is in the boss fights. I always recommend too, like if there's anybody watching who is like, you know, a retro fan and has had kind of a desire or a want to maybe break into doing some speed running, this is a perfect game to start with. Because it's got a little bit of everything. You know, there's a great tutorial out there as well. This is the infamous walrus boss, though. This is pure RNG. Now, the ice blocks you can't do anything with, so it's just a waste of time. You want to see the shells. You see another shell here. Okay. Now we want to see him go to the other side. Yeah, that's right. And now we want to see 2 shells. If we get 2 shells here... Nah. Yeah, this boss is a real run killer, for sure. One more shell, and that's not too bad. It's like the second best you can get, I think. Yeah. you know, jump out of the water there, save some time. But yeah, it's a great game. It's a super easy game to get into if you're looking for like your first speed run to kind of break into it. It's got a little bit of everything, and you can get a pretty decent time in like, you know, like an hour. So it's not even like a huge time commitment either. This stage here is probably one of the toughest ones, mainly just for that part there. Oh, I messed it up a little bit there, so we're just gonna take a little detour, take the scenic route, enjoy the landmarks. This boss coming up too is, you guessed it, has some RNG to it. The seahorse will shoot cannons from his happy boat, and it can either shoot fish or urchins. The urchins you can't do anything with. You want the fish here. So we got one fish, one seahorse, that's not bad. We want to go on the left side of the urchin to... Oh, that's really bad. So see, now we have to wait for the urchin, at least one of them, to leave the screen before her fire again. There we go. We got two fish. That's what we want to see. Two more fish. Nope, couldn't be so lucky. So I'm going to go to the left side of that urchin again. Okay, that kind of sucked. It's okay, though. 5 hits and he's done. Not the best fight, but we, you know, again, RNG. We did what we could. Alright, this is the second to last level. Actually, well, it's the last level, and there'll be 2 bosses left. This level is a maze. It's a very complicated maze here with endless doors. Basically, what you want to do is just enter the door 3 times, and then you've solved the maze. It's because we're speedrunners, so we know the exact path, but, you know, through a casual playthrough of this game, if you ever plan one, you know, you could get a little lost there, so luckily we know the way. And just doing kind of the same thing, just straight up and down, left and right, avoiding enemies, taking the correct paths, make sure we're on the right line. Whoops. Alright, this boss is really tough, because again, you guessed it, it's RNG, but there's a lot of stuff going on. She's got a really small hitbox in her head there. So you're trying to bubble these enemies that you can, while also avoiding the other enemies that are coming along. So the oh boy, the starfish and the urchins you can't do anything with. You can only... Oh wow, I'm gonna blame my controller on that one. You know, classic speedrunner blames his controller. Alright, well, in that case, we're on to the final boss already. Time will be on the final hit. So now we got Big Ursula. Uh-oh, don't want to pause there. A little RNG manipulation there with a quick pause. Alright, so we got fish coming from both sides. She's going to change the way the current is going too to kind of try to mess us up. And she did a good job there. I got no hits on that cycle. That was pretty rough. This is going to be better though. Oh, okay. She changed the current right at the end there. Kind of threw me off. Alright, time's coming up. I think it's either the next hit. I lost. I wasn't really counting. One more. Alright, that's time. Alright. That's actually not bad. I mean, we came in under estimates. You know, for not having run this game for a very long time. I feel like that's a pretty decent time. We're gonna get
so indeed.
we're gonna get to the best part of the game though. Once you finish, you get the glorious ending here, where King Triton saw that his daughter was in love and cast a spell to make her human once again. With those teeny tiny little toothpick feet. It's all worth it. But yeah, thank you. I was, you know, I haven't been doing much speedrunning myself for quite a bit, but you know, I'm glad to have been able to do this run for this event. It's an event that I've done, I think almost since the beginning, probably at least one run for, if not more. So I'm always happy to do that and to do this run here for this event. For some reason, you guys really like to see this run here. So, I'm always happy to do it, and I think I missed the last one, but happy to be back to do it anyways. And yeah, that'll be it for me. Thank you guys. Thanks for having me. Congratulations on a successful marathon. Let's hit that next incentive. Don't go anywhere because there's plenty of runs coming up. And
Well said.
yeah,
And it's good that you can dip your toes in the water with a bit of speed running for the marathon this time. I had to. Also, during the run, we got a $50 donation from Siberian Bull saying Alucard, and I mean it, followed by a $50 donation from Trogdor the Memenator saying Trevor Snipe, yo.
Oh, nice.
And I believe that's going to be closing off that incentive, so it looks like it's going to be Trevor. So don't go anywhere, folks.
Great.
And Castlevania 3 coming up next.
Yeah, I don't want to miss that. Thank you.
Thanks, KLM.